Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanine. So we're going to jump into a little bit of XRP news today. We have some XLM stuff, Vechain, Algorand. We will get to all of that. Chapters will be in here if you want to jump around. I want to say this first to start off. When I'm talking about protecting your money at all costs, I'm talking about cold wallets for your long holds, right? So bank coins are safe holds because that's where the big money, in my humble opinion, is going to come from. So the bank coins are safe. You put those on an Elipal Titan or a Ledger, something like that, and you put that in a safe and you protect them, okay? When I'm talking about protecting your money, I'm talking about that cash on the side. I'm talking about protecting your fiat. I just want to bring clarity to that, especially when about what I was speaking on in the members only video. Make sure you go check out that members only video. Things are coming you want to know about, and you want to see that video. Trust me on that. Click that little join button. Entry level members only fee is only just a few dollars. You don't have to keep it every single month if you don't want to, but you definitely want that information. But I was speaking about protecting the cash on the side. Fiat currency is in danger, okay? The dollar, people are too comfortable with the US dollar as the world reserve currency, a world power. Now, maybe that continues, and hopefully it will, so it doesn't cause too much disruption to regular people's lives, because the regular people will be the ones impacted the most. The US dollar, I'm trying not to give too much away. You got to hit that members only video. But there are factors involved that could highly and rapidly, meteorically destroy the value of the dollar should those things take place. All right? Or there's so many factors. But that's what I was talking about. So when you're holding cash on the side, so to speak, fiat on the side, and it doesn't matter if stable coins are pegged to the dollar. So like I said, you have to still worry about the dollar, even if it's in stable coins. So you want to be looking into other things that you can protect that cash on the side, those dollars with in the event that certain things might occur. I would think that it would be wise, right, to have a way to maintain your value. So I've been saying this for a long time, especially in that members only section. I've been saying it for quite some time and showing you what may come and what may happen. So I just wanted to bring a little bit of clarity to that. Okay. Cold wallet and certain other things for your cash on the side. I would suggest people take precautions. So now let's jump into this article right here about XRP. This is on thecryptobasic.com, and it goes as such. SEC wants to exclude 10 of Ripple's expert testimony retained by Ripple, Larson or Brad Garlinghouse. So let's just read this little tidbit here. The SEC is always up to something nefarious and bad. They have become quite the villain, and they're comfortable in that position. The SEC is requesting to file an omnibus motion, wow, that will limit or exclude 10 of Ripple's expert testimony. Here's a little tweet from James K. Fallon. Says the SEC has sought permission to file one omnibus big motion to exclude or limit expert testimony up to 120 pages long. If you can't see something's wrong with the SEC by now, I don't know. I don't know how to show you if you haven't gleaned that already. Let's continue on here. It says, according to a recently filed letter, the SEC intends to limit or exclude the testimony of 10 experts initially retained by the defendants, Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chris Larson. The agency noted that the 10 experts had already submitted numerous reports on different subject matters regarding the lawsuit. Notably, the reports submitted by these experts total more than 500 pages with the exclusion of exhibits. Listen, I'm going to pause here and just say this for a moment. There's absolutely nothing that's going to stop the bank coins. And this is one of the reasons they're dragging them through so many rigors. Behind the scenes, there's a myriad of battles going on. One of them is who is going to control the bank coins? Because you see, there's always opposites, all right? There's opposite polarity. So while everyone thinks that all powerful bodies are on one team, that is not correct. There is new money, okay? I'm just going to phrase it like that. I had another phrase I was going to use. There is new money that is rising to power, and there is an old legacy system that has been in power for countless centuries, and they are clashing. The new money wants a certain way of existence while the old money is comfortable with the existence that they had. So there's a lot of clashing going on. This is why you see also a lot of political power being wielded, right? It's not just about money, but it's about power. There's a battle of power going on everywhere. Do you see how it's all been happening over this last few years, right? So there is a clash going on because whoever takes over that new monetary system is going to they're going to rule for quite some time. They're going to have a bounty of money. There's going to be new millionaires and billionaires made as well. That's going to affect everything. I mean, unless everybody who's going to make all this generational wealth from XRP, XLM, and Cello just going to sit on the side. I mean, some people are probably just going to be comfortable in their lives and live nice, peaceful lives. But there's a lot. But what's important, I think, what they're focusing on is those of us who will actually make movements to change things. See, change is a threat to the system. They want to be the only ones that can change things. That's why they're going to make sure they shake everybody out that they can. And they're going to try to break everybody that they can. But all of the FUD, look at the hypocrisy. So you have all of these articles that are saying, you know, they try to lump crypto all in together. They say crypto is going away, which is not true. All of these scam coins and rug pulls will go away, and they should go away. But the bank coins aren't going anywhere, but they don't say that. So all the while, they feed the people the illusion that crypto is bad as a hold, crypto is too risky, and crypto is going away. Meanwhile, you have the factual evidence of PDFs, transcripts, different articles that don't make mass circulation. That's another thing. They don't circulate in mass some of these very important articles that show you that the banks are getting in on crypto, that the banks are trying to take over crypto. But which crypto is it that they're really aiming at? It's the bank coins. XRP sitting down with meetings with the IMF and doing presentations. XLM being utilized by the oldest bank in Europe. Algorand talking with a bevy of nations, presidents, governors of states. They're in the universities. They're here to stay. They're here to stay. Vechain just says something very similar, so I hate to jump around, but Vechain in this tweet here literally said, the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, aka the Bank of Central Banks, will allow said banks to hold 1% of reserves in Bitcoin. 1%. The future of this space is certain. Compliance-focused networks like Vechain will be giants in the era of blockchain. There you have it. How many people, how many high-level individuals or genius minds have to tell everybody this? The utility coins are going to explode. If the Bank of International Settlements and everyone else, all the other banks who have been against Bitcoin are allowed, look at that hypocrisy. Look at how many ways can I say it? Hypocrisy, the dichotomy. Look at that. So they're against Bitcoin because it's not green, but they're going to allow their banks to hold 1% Bitcoin. Now, how many people will actually know this? See, we knew about it because we covered this document, a document that was saying this in the members only section at some period of time recently. But the regular people don't know this, and they have been so saturated with negative information about crypto, they won't even listen to you. They're going to miss out. But there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing that we can do about it. But you see the hypocrisy? This is how they mislead the people. They send the people this way while they go that way. They make a noise in the West while they do something in the East. This is why doing your research is so important. So when Vechain explodes, XRP explodes, XLM explodes, there will be millionaires and possibly billionaires made. There's people with a ton of coins, and it doesn't take a crazy price at this point. And it's just a matter of time. Matter of time. So let's go back to this article here. So this is why you have this battle now going on. The new money battling the old money. They want to collapse the systems. They are acting to collapse the systems. This is why a lot of their monetary policy, a lot of people are getting on board. Their monetary policy makes no sense. Now, don't confuse. A lot of people confuse prestige with being old money. It's not. They're not old money. They're not. They have their college degrees and they got a position of power within a central bank or a government, but they are not wealthy. They are not old money. Although they're rubbing shoulders, they have rubbed shoulders with old money. They are not old money who owns all the land and owns all the companies, and they're linked up with parent companies or own parent companies that buy everything in sight, including farmland and the water. They buy everything. That's old money. All right. They had generational wealth for generations already. So, but these individuals here, the new money, and when I say new money, don't attach that to an age, okay? There's a lot of older people who are new money. There's a lot of younger people who are new money. What I'm saying is they're coming into power. So now they see this as their chance while the systems are weak. And so they're going to war over the new financial system. Unfortunately, the people at the bottom, the retail investors, just collateral damage. That's how they look at it. And only the strong are going to survive. Mark my words. And I said this last year. I told you there's certain things coming. We keep our eye open for catalysts. Catalysts matter. And there's some catalysts coming. I hope that they don't come, so everyone can continue on having a good life and a good day. But let's continue on here. You see the slow mass adoption happening. The slow acceptance of crypto everywhere. So you have this article here on U.Today, and it's titled, XRP, Dogecoin and XRP can now be accepted as payment by Canadian food tech WeCook. So you see, a lot of these companies are starting to accept XRP, USDC, which is on Stellar, and they're going to be a major player. I believe Stellar is going to be the major entity that USDC runs on. Which means what? When it comes to XLM, that means that's a lot of transaction fees. The transaction fees are paid in what? XLM. XLM has to be used. That's what they said on their website, or they better tell us something different. So then nothing has changed. So you have people using USDC all over the place when there's that much congestion on Stellar. Like I've said tons of times before, surge pricing will kick in. Then what does it do to the price of XLM? Does it remain where it is today at 11 cents, 10 cents? You have all these people buying a ton of XLM at 10 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents. Does it stay there? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not logical. But so you have so many companies around the world now accepting a myriad of crypto, and mainly they're either popular crypto or they're bank coins. Pay attention to that. All the other crypto is getting ignored at this point. You don't see a lot of non-popular or non-bank coins being accepted outright. You got like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, XRP, USDC, Stellar, XLM, Algorand. Those are usually the ones I'm reading about being accepted in different places. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you throw in something like Shiba Inu, but like I said, Shiba Inu is no longer a meme coin. They have an entire ecosystem. Yeah, they tricked everybody. They did. They came in under the guise of a meme coin so they can get fame. And they took that fame and they built an entire ecosystem. So I'm jumping around a little bit here, but these are very interesting times, crucial times. Great time to be a bank coin holder because there's so much uncertainty in the world about the future of the various economies, but we're holding agnostic bridge currencies, which must be utilized by the banks, not retail. That's important. That's what makes the bank coin so safe. Also, is the fact that the banks have to use them, want to use them. Large business institutions who will always have a lot of money because they make the world go round. Everyone's always going to need to buy food from a company. Vechain, right? So Vechain tracks the stuff. And so you have these companies, have the necessity to use something like Vechain to track where the bread is coming from, to track where the shoes are going to. You have companies that, banks that need to do interbank payments. So they're going to use something like XRP, Quant, right? Overledger, like all of these things they're going to need. And I said this before. And my brother, who is an absolute crypto genius, by the way, if you guys think I'm brilliant, my brother is light years ahead of me. But he used to say this exact same thing, that when you get into something, you want to get into an asset that the world is going to need. Now, with all this volatility, you're going to need something where I believe that they can stabilize the prices of the bank coins at some point. We'll see how they go about it, or if that comes true. No guarantees, but I think that they could. But you're going to need something where you can move your value into any currency possible. So different currencies some may fall, some may rise, and you can move your value into any of those currencies at will with the cryptocurrencies and crypto exchanges like Uphold. You can buy yuan, you can buy euros. A lot of exchanges allow you to buy a lot different fiat currencies, even precious metals now. Platinum, you can buy tokenized platinum, tokenized gold, tokenized silver, things of that nature. So you can move your value around. That's going to be important, not having a fistful of dollars that you can't, that if the BRICS nations come out with their CBDC backed by gold, and you have all of these nations now turning away from the dollar as a world reserve currency, that's going to be devastating to the dollar. So those people holding a fistful of dollars, their value is locked up in the US dollar. That may be trouble. So when you have something like the agnostic bridge currencies like XLM, XRP, these are things where you can move that value around quickly. If you keep your eyes on the catalyst and you see that your fiat currency is going to zero, so to speak, I'm not saying really going to go to zero, but I'm saying like there's an example, it's going down rapidly. You're losing value at a time where prices are skyrocketing. You may want to move your value to something else to maintain the value of what you have. Of your fiat currency. It's a little bit complicated to explain, but I think you guys are getting the picture. So even in that way, the bank coins are highly beneficial. There's no other coins that are going to be widely accepted like they are. Not going to happen. So let's take Vechain for example. Vechain is accepted in China. Is it just like it's accepted in the United States? It's just like it's accepted in Europe. I think all bank coins will end up being that way because all the banks will, in the end, I believe, work together. So let's continue on here. This is on Algorand, or at least this is about Algorand here, and it's about Venue 1. It says Venue 1 decentralized prediction markets on Algorand. Let's read this little tidbit here. It says, on Venue 1, users are able to take positions in sports, esports, finance, events, and more, with a focus on short duration markets and events. Players can interact with the platform in 3 ways. Classic bets, in which demand and supply between buyers and sellers define the price of odds. Basically, people will bet on a yes or no outcome for particular events. You know, people love to do that. Liquidity pools of mutual bets, in which the liquidity of the pool determines the outcome. That's also interesting. Next bullet point. Venue 1 is also working on a future exchange solution for financial assets and custom indices, which will probably be launched. Look how they're taking over everything. Algorand's working with the banks, with the nations. It's used as a traceability protocol. They have governance, which, by the way, like I saw some people complaining about certain things. People gotta vote for those. You get to vote on how the protocol is utilized. So they have voting. I mean, they're taking over, not just taking over everything. They're ingraining themselves in everything, making themselves an integral part of all future systems. So now they'll be involved with gambling. Unbelievable. We've had other protocol do that as well. I can't remember if it was XRP or Stellar. They had people building certain things on their blockchains to assist in gambling. Gambling is a lot of money. So once again, we see all of this money flooding into Algorand, flooding into XRP, XLM, or at least not flooding in, but it will flood in. My apologies, everyone. I know you're here with me, though. I know you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes I misspeak. I make mistakes. No problem. Just make up for it, and we keep on moving forward. All right. But all of this money will be flooding into the bank coins. When it is time and there is mass adoption and all those other crypto are eradicated and we have a few respected crypto left. So you're going to have bank money flooding in. You're going to have casino money flooding in. You're going to have gaming money flooding in. You're going to have music money flooding in, music licensing and selling of music flooding in. You're going to have art music flooding in. You're going to have the tokenization of real estate money flooding in. What do you think it does to that price? If we actually do the calculations now, it's mind-blowing where these prices might go. This is my humble opinion. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, everyone. Always make your own decisions, okay? That's one of the main things I want to leave to everyone with this channel is to do your own research, know for yourself. There's nothing better than knowing for yourself and make your own decisions. Trust yourself more than anyone else. Trust yourself. There's so many people that don't do that and they don't believe in themselves. I get it. I understand where that could come from. But I hope on this channel you take from me that you should trust yourself. Just got to put in just a little bit of work. But it will free you. That hard work now, or that little bit of work now, will free you in the future. It will prevent problems for you in the future. All right? So you have all of this money flooding in. Think about that in the future. If the economy, who knows how the economies are going to go. The world is in shambles at this particular time. But while everyone else is struggling with their fiat currencies, not knowing what's going to happen, and also keep in mind, they're not really making articles en masse about other countries looking to peg their fiat to gold. They're not doing it. Why? So the people are going to get blindsided if that should happen. But not you, because you did your research, not you, because you tuned in, you listened. Then you went and you researched, you looked some stuff up and you saw, oh, that's a possibility. Okay, let me at least take a precaution. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but we hope for the best, but we prepare for the worst. So now, let's end off the video here with a little bit of XLM Stellar, okay? This is from Danelle Dixon. I really enjoy the writings of Danelle Dixon, the thoughts and things of that, and what she does with the governments. I look forward to seeing what Danelle Dixon is going to do long into the future. I think she's going to do a lot more than just what she's doing here with Stellar now. And if Stellar continues on the path that it's on, it's going to be a very powerful organization. I hope they, that's all I'll say on that. There's certain thoughts I want to say, but I'll just hold back for a second. Here's the tweet. It says, the Stellar Network is where leaders like MoneyGram, keep in mind, MoneyGram has a bevy of banks they're bringing to the table. Now, I want to just speak on the banks that I brought to my people's attention recently. We have 4 clearinghouse banks. 4 clearinghouse banks that they have partnered with that will be using them. Now, if those clearinghouse banks, and I believe that they will be utilizing USDC, and I believe once more, low transaction fees, near instant finality, very good security. Very few problems have occurred on that network, right? And I know a lot of people like to say, and it's very incorrect, that, well, Stellar went down. No, Stellar didn't go down. These are decentralized protocols. So even if one part of it's having a problem, everything else carries on like it's nothing. Companies love that. Banks love that, because the banks have had the problem of their systems getting hacked, them having bank runs. There's been security issues, right? The entire banking systems have gone down allegedly because of security issues. That's what they say. So they need something like the bank coins. They can't get around it. They don't have the technology to do better. So they're going to utilize something, in my humble opinion, like USDC on Stellar, which goes across the Stellar blockchain, causing congestion. You're going to have to use XLM for the transaction fees. Keep in mind, they don't have to say all of this because, see, XLM, XRP, Algorand, Quant, Vechain, Cello, Hedera, they work in the background. They're supposed to be like the engine. Everybody loves the outside of the car. I love, 1998 Lamborghini Diablo. I just want to look at it. How many of you actually remember the Lamborghini Diablo series and the Countach series? You remember that? You old school enough to remember that? I love those. But guess what? I don't want to see under the hood. I'm just giving you an example. I actually love cars and I love engines actually too as well. But I'm giving you an example. Most people don't want to see the engine. Well, XRP, XLM, Hedera, Cello, Algorand are the engine. You're not supposed to see them function. They function in the background. While it moves all of this fiat around, XLM, XRP, Algorand, Hedera, what the people see is they just know they sent in $20 to the system and then someone received $20. Someone sent $20 to them and they received the $20. That's all they know. That's all they know. And that's all it needs to do. So this is why it's important for Stellar to continue to make huge integrations and bring in large companies, and Ripple as well. They've been doing a tremendous job. This is why Quant is moving at a breakneck pace. You're talking about Quant having access to over 500 banks. I think it's a little bit more than that now. I saw a video, somebody released some information I have to look into, because it looked like more banks are maybe utilizing Quant. And the number was unbelievable, but I'm not going to speak on that until I do my own research. I have to bring up some factual stuff and just verify for myself. But look at how everyone's moving at a breakneck pace. All the advertising of Hedera and Algorand. Holy smokes, they're advertising everywhere. I went outside my house. I saw it now. I saw a billboard. I'm just joking around. But that's it. That's how much they've been advertising. He called me on the phone. Hey, Alvin, can we put a billboard outside? No. and keep the property nice. Anyway, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I sort of just jumped around in this video, but sometimes I like to just give the thoughts as they're coming into my mind, and I like to break the rules sometimes too. I don't like to I get bored just going like this. Let me just read this article, then the next article. I don't function like that all the time. I don't. This article might make me think of the next article. I want to jump to that one. Then that one, I might circle back around. Like, that's life. Life is sort of chaotic sometimes. Life, there's a balance between order and chaos, night and day, left and right. Everything flows out and in. There's a balance. The balance is struck. And I exist like that, willingly. Like, I bounce in and out. But I'm always aware. So there's a controlled method to what I do. Although others, I believe, may not understand it from time to time. I try to observe and bend the law of compensation, right? Everything is dual, right? The opposites can be reconciled. I look at that and I see that within myself. The opposites can be reconciled. So sometimes I might be calm and sometimes I might crack some jokes. Opposites are reconciled within me, right? I think it's like that in everybody. View your opposites and then you're able to control them through a heightened awareness. You have to be aware of it though. Be aware of the swing of the pendulum of balance within yourself. Then you can control it. Once you start becoming aware of it, already there's a mechanism of control within it because you can observe something now that you weren't able to observe before. It's like a bus driving down the street. If that bus was invisible, but you can still feel the physicality of it. This is a bad example, but I'm gonna give it anyway. You might be hit by that bus, but once you can see the bus, you can avoid the trouble. You get what I'm saying? That was a bad example, but I think it conveyed the message. So being aware of that flow of balance, you know, how some people say, yesterday I felt great, but today I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They just feel grouchy. That's the pendulum swing. Now, it doesn't always swing to the extremes. This has been taught for countless millennia. It doesn't always swing to the extremes, but by observation, it doesn't matter where it swings because we can observe it and be aware within ourselves that that swing is coming. Oh, this has been a great time period. Okay, I better start taking precautions for when the energies change, not only externally, but internally. You get what I'm saying? And that gives you a measure of control over life. Now, I'm far from being a master of life. You know, I hope to one day be a master of life. I'm working hard every day, studying hard every day, practicing hard every day. And that's even in these videos. I'm nowhere near close to a level of mastery. I haven't even begun to cut loose yet. I'm trying to build this channel. I'm going to continue, and everybody who signs up for members only section is helping that. And in the future, when you see what this channel will become, and I have big plans, I think you're going to enjoy what is to come. I really believe that. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? That's another thing. I like to talk to everybody out there like they're part of the family. Come into the family. Why not? I'm not here to talk at you like you're just some person there and you're a subject to me. Not at all. Not at all. There's so many people out there I have great respect for, and they become like my YouTube family, and they contact me, they cheer me up, they share research with me. I share with them. I try to cheer them up. I share research with them. I appreciate every single one of you out there. So when you come to the channel here, I'm going to talk to you like your family, okay? That's just the way I like it. So until next time, let's get to the money.